Hello. Alright. So what was I trying to do? What was I trying? I just got a bunch of chemicals released into my brain. Just because. And now a lot of things are watching. So what do I have to do? What do I have to do in order to what was I even thinking? Okay, so I'm like out here in the middle of a beautiful place. So going all the way back, all the way back
HDMI 3
to the beginning. Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Beautiful place. So
HDMI 1 not connected. HDMI 2
I
connected.
think the
HDMI
mic
2
is actually working. So yeah, it's a matter of weight. That is what I'm trying to determine. I don't know why I needed to do this, but yeah, so you go all the way back, theoretically, to the beginning of all things, the beginning of everything. And one thing emerges, be it whatever, be it like a molecule, an atom, quark, whatever, in the name of hell, in the name of heaven, it comes out. It just starts to be. And then, what does it do? What do you do? I mean, you don't have, it's plus one over the course of everything, right? I mean, over all things, it's just one. That's the epitome of it. It's just epitome one. It's just there it is. Just exist to exist. It's gotta be. There is one thing. How do you register anything? You can't register. There are no words like noise, maybe like blah, plink, blue. Who knows? Who knows? What words? And you don't know why any of those things exist. Of course you can't. Or maybe all things come at that moment. They all do, because it's maybe that's the epitome of all things right there. Like whenever anything comes from space, from nothing to existence, That's what it is. That's why. And then all of life, all of creation, all of being immediately there. Do you move? What if there's nothing there to move you? What if, like, out of the blackness of space, out of the blackness of all things, suddenly you are you just exist, you just like what is the amalgamation of all things? Like what is nothing to something? What is 0 to 1? What is it? What's in between? What's in between the 0 to 1? Like you got binary. Like I'm using a microphone. I'm using all the things. So like binary, I've somewhat studied, all that stuff. You got like, 1, 0, on, off, plus, minus, all that stuff. But like, what if there's nothing? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, what's in between? You can say from 0 to 1 is like 0.1, 0.2, like fractions. You could say from 0 to -1 is like, negative 0.1 and all the fractions. All the fractions. I am roll waiting list number frickin' 30. I don't want to do that. What in the name of what day is it? It's Monday, something like that. No, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It was Monday last time. It was Monday last Monday. So what am I doing? What am I doing? What about this thing? Is this quick? Am I black mage? Maybe I should switch to healer and try to heal. That would be hilarious. Hilarious. But like, yeah, you got like, all kinds of things that create things like in a moment in space was pain created, like all the pain that could be, like at some point within galaxies and universes and knowledge and being and love and hate was one thing created that just immediately comprehended all the questions, all of the answers, and then just spat them out. Maybe there wasn't size enough, but what was size? What is size? I mean, how agony would agony be if all agony was in a single location? Like all agony that could be from point A to point B Because really, I mean, if you take points, and like you put something somewhere, you take a point A, there is a point, and you put it all the way to wherever it could be, then that point would be B, would it not? I mean, it would be like an infinite line. It would be like point A to point B, and then that would be all of consciousness, all of sorrow, all of hatred, all of everything that could exist, all of all things that could ever be. I mean, maybe it's a line. Maybe it could be a line. Maybe it could be whatever it is. Of course it is. But to even talk about it, to even communicate about this thing, to even from point A to point B, to even look at it, to even name it, to even say that it is, would add so many points upon the line. Every thought, every action, every reaction, everything would make the line different. So you'd have point A to point B. I mean, so, like, what would you call the alphabet then? Like, if you have point A to point B, or just boom, 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 or whatever in the world, it's like a point to point. From one thing to one thing. What are you going to do, I mean, are you going to jump? Any jump is like, so there can't really be an A to B. Well, I mean, me speculating on it, however many histories are there, would be completely different. Just completely different. Lolly-ho. Delving into the rock. So it's like if you got a line, a complete line, and literally everything's hanging on it, from point A to point B, which is then every letter, every alphabet, and every numerical system, and every note, and every wave is just kind of like a bump, right? Just like a bump on the line. Gotta love some bumps on the line. But anyway, like, what was I trying to do before? It was like, more bumps, I guess. It was what? Oh yeah, unfathomable bumpiness, like, yeah, putting points together on a line. Wait, that was the thing, wait. Like, the weight of matter, the weight of the line, the weight of from here to there, A to B. Yeah, I mean, you got like two. Of course, if you make two noises, you know. You gotta make two noises at some point, right? I mean, if you're alive, if you're a being. So, like, if you make an ah, then there's a space between those ahs, yeah? I mean, why wouldn't there be? Like, you got an ah and an ah. So, like, was there weight between those ahs? What is there? Is there some kind of a weighted system? Like, is the second ah harder than the first ah? Is there a creation of, like, literal weight between the first ah and the second ah? You know, like if you're in a chorus, grand chorus of souls, chorus of just fun, chorus of ice, whatever. Then, what is the weight between the two ahs, you know? Is it an Maybe I should go with like the first thing, maybe, there are a lot of you know? Like, if you take all of humanity, maybe all of the English language, certainly. I mean, if you take, I know I've listened to a lot of stuff in the English language. And there are a lot of like, also like, you know. Like, if you take those things, you take the and the uhs, and the spaces between. Then, I mean, you know, maybe you've got something that could build a circus of letters. You know, a circus of letters indeed could be great. I mean, only with U's and M's, which is the alphabet of the English-speaking world, I suppose, or which are, you know, 2 points along the line of the English-speaking history. Like, there's an M, it's the letter of the alphabet, and then there is a U, which is the letter of the alphabet. So, like, oddly, and this apparently has interesting connotations, one of the letters, the first one of the the of the So, You got an and it's non-linear. And it's probably one of the most spoken syllables, sounds, words in the English language. The even though it's different alphabetically. Anyway, well, that one also, the U in it. Anyway, yeah, you get my point, I suppose. The U in is way after the H in the alphabet, if you speak the English alphabet, or know it. So, yeah, I don't even know. That's exactly what I mean. But like, weight placed upon many of these things, so much weight. Like, there is added weight. Think about that. Added weight every time, like a child, right? Like if they have to learn a syllable, somewhere there is some being thinking, U comes way after H and has to do it by the alphabet. Has to do it by the alphabet. Maybe a child doesn't, they just hear it once. But like me, eventually at some point in their existence, as an English-speaking soul, they are going to have to realize that every time they say the word or think the word or whatever, they're going from the very latter parts of the alphabet all the way back to the middle parts of the alphabet. Crazy. There was a song called Crazy. It's not such a bad song. Anyway, that might not have been the title, but it said that a lot. Anyway, yeah, I can't stop saying it. I just can't stop saying the word, even though it adds so much weight to so many things. And the universe seemingly just gets heavier and heavier every time these things are said. So what fuels all that weight? What fuels it all? That's my point. That is my point. It's a crazy point. What fuels all that weight? I mean, you got to go. Language itself creates weight. So many things create weight. And in physics that we understand, in the world, in order to transport weight, you actually have to add more weight. You have to have what? Fuel. You have to add fuel. Like, you've got to make like a truck, like a big truck, right? You've got to make it heavier initially, and then burn off a bunch of stuff to get that thing to go. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You've got to add weight sometimes to subtract weight, kind of. Maybe it's not a subtraction. You know, I used the word indiscriminately. I used a phrase indiscriminately that seems to... So you've got like subtraction, you've got addition. And I'm not sure. I don't know. Like in an engine, a car engine. There's something here. I'm trying to get to the half of it, to the whole of it, but there's something there. It's something. I have a bunch of things. In a big old flatbed, or in a big old, you know, semi or whatever. And it weighs, I guess, yeah, get on there. Crap on it. Crap. Well, like, oh yeah, that was that was game related because for some reason, anyway. But like, you know, got an 18-wheeler, like 15 elephants on the truck, right? You know, it weighs how many tons? Like, wow, maybe 12,000 tons if they're all kids, right? You know, like bunch of baby elephants, 12,000 tons, maybe, including the truck, including a bunch of stuff. And how do you get the truck to get from, you know, point A to point B? You have to add more weight. You gotta add fuel, right? You gotta add more. You gotta add more freaking weight. You gotta make the whole freaking truck with all the little baby elephants on it heavier. Like, you gotta make it heavier for some reason. You gotta make it heavier. I mean, I know elements of it burn off. I've got to, I don't know. Explain it to me. How can it be explained?